Hey friends, in this video, I will just be talking. I won't be showing you any products or anything like that. I produced a podcast last week talking about this same topic, and I decided, you know what, let me sit here and just have a conversation with you on how to pivot in your business, how to go into a different direction, how to change some things without spending a lot of time or money. So stay tuned. Hey, so as I indicated in the intro, I did release a podcast episode. It was season 2, episode 68, a Reseller's Passion podcast. You can check that out if you just want to listen to me talk about it. But today, I'm just going to do it here on the YouTube channel and share with you. You might see it on Instagram as well as an IGTV video, depending on how long it is. It's great to get your content out there as many ways as you can, right? And something that I didn't even talk about talking about that is, being very active on social media. So I didn't include that. So I'm gonna throw that in. So the first thing that you can do, this is for resellers or business owners. I happen to be a reseller, but I'm more popular in the business sector, more popular in the handmade sector, I wouldn't say popular, more successful, I would think. I'm really in a sea of resellers, a small reseller. And also I don't really see myself as a reseller. I see myself with the focus of being a business owner. So everything that I do is with the mindset of a business owner. How can I grow? How can I change? How can I diversify? How can I create multiple streams of income as a business owner, not a reseller? So if you've been with me in my community, if you've been watching my videos, if you're with me on Instagram, if you're with me on Facebook, then you'll see that not only am I pivoting is just almost just taking just a little tilt. I'm really just doing a whole lot, like a 360 change with my business. I like to have fun. I like to grow. I like to have ideas that keep me in my creative spirit. And so some of these ideas that I have for you, hopefully will do the same for you. So if you are currently selling on a platform, the first thing is add a new platform or add another business. But let's talk in terms of reselling platforms. So if you are a Poshmark seller, consider being brave and bold and stepping out of your comfort zone and selling on eBay. You can't go wrong with eBay. And you may say, Leslie, you don't sell on eBay, so how can you tell me that? I can tell you that is because I just don't want to sell on eBay. I sold on eBay. eBay was the platform that allowed me to come home from work 2 years ago. For the people who are, if this is your first video, or if you've listened to my podcast and you heard me say I don't want to sell on eBay anymore, I don't sell anywhere or do anything that causes me stress. There are going to be good days and there's going to be bad days, but I want it to be more good days than bad. Now that I'm 51, I want to do something on purpose and with a purpose. And eBay just didn't fill my spirit. It was causing me more stress. That's why I left my job. So it wasn't a fit for me. But it's plenty of people this is a fit for. Macari's a fit for someone. It's people who sell on eBay that would never touch Poshmark. So you find the platform that works for you. But eBay, I had 2 stores on eBay, and I had written down a plan to come home in 6 months from my job. By me selling on Poshmark and having 2 eBay stores, I was able to accomplish that in 3 months. I didn't just walk away. I opened up 3 bank accounts, I put emergency fund aside, and I was also able to come up with a plan to really grow my business. And then once I came home, I worked really hard and decided that eBay wasn't for me. And then I put all my energy into Poshmark. And that's why I decided not to sell on eBay. But fast forward to now, I can give you the advice of selling on several platforms because I do. I sell on Macari. I don't sell the same things on Poshmark that I sell on Macari. So that also introduces something else that you can sell some other items, and I'll get to that a little bit later. But I'm also a handmade seller. I was a handmade seller before I was a reseller. I was a crochet designer, so I had an Etsy store for 8 years. I closed that in 2018 and then became a reseller in 2019. And now I'm back. I found something different, tie-dye and bleaching and some other things that I have in the works, and started a whole new Etsy store in addition to a separate vintage Etsy store. So I can practice, I'm practicing what I'm preaching to you, what I'm talking to you about. Everything here that I'm talking about, I've done myself. So the first thing is adding a new platform. I would say add one at a time. do your research, find a platform that speaks to you. Okay, if you're afraid to do eBay, then the middle ground will be Mercari, because it's like eBay and Poshmark had a baby. It's the simplicity of listing. It's only 10%, and you just have to figure out your shipping. So add a platform. The second thing, number 2, start a Facebook page and add a shop. I have a video coming, which I'll be talking just very simplistically of how to add a shop. It is really a great alternative to having a website. So if you add a Facebook shop, you can add the items that you have for sale. You can first put in like your website or whatever as a destination, a physical product, and then you can physically to your Facebook page add items, and people can come right to your Facebook page and they can shop. And then you can link your Instagram page to your Facebook page. So if you have an item like, oh, look what I have for sale, if you're modeling it, you can add a clickable link, and when they click the link, it'll take them right to your shop. So that is the cool. It's such a way you can put all the same information in your page, in your Facebook shop. You can create posts and all kinds of good stuff, where it really is like having a free website. Yes, it's owned by Facebook, but you're already on Facebook, you're already on Instagram. That's free. You're advertising for free every single day. So it'll give you an opportunity to figure out, do you want to, in the future, invest in a website? You get your customer base grown over on Facebook, and then you can start, as you decide to move into a website, you can prepare them by posts and saying, oh, I'm growing so much over here that I've decided to open up a website. And you can also add that website link into your Facebook shop. And when they click the shop now, it'll take them to your website. Or you can have some specific products on your shop, like wholesale products, and then you can have in your clickable link your website or your Poshmark or whatever. So Facebook shop is such a game changer. I've had it for like a couple years when I was doing handmade. I don't have it for any of my reselling, and I just set it up again for my Leslie's Tie-Dye Dreams. So definitely a Facebook shop is the way to go. And so you do that by setting up a Facebook page, not a group, totally different, a page for a business owner, not a community leader, and then just walk yourself through. But again, I'll be throwing out a video for you. Number 3, create a website. I was just saying that once you create your shop, then that'll help you segue into a website. But if you've already gotten yourself established to the point that, you know what, I'm ready to go into a new direction with my business, definitely a website would probably be the way for you to go. The cool thing about a website is, one, once you pick your domain, which is where the location of your site, you know, that .com, that .org, that .edu or whatever, it's yours. You pay like $12 a year, or you can pay for 2 years. Like I have another shop. Am I really bold? I paid for 2 years. It cost me $12 for both years. So I can have that and redirect it anywhere I want. And so I have a resellerspassion.com. Literally, that website has been the best investment. I paid $29.99 for a Shopify account. I sell digital products and different things on there. And then all my links to all my Mercari, my Poshmark, everything is there. And so it helps me grow, and it's really a great investment for my business. And then you can have an Etsy shop, but Etsy also allows you to purchase a domain, and they have a branch called Pattern where you can create a website that it's powered by Etsy. Your Shopify is powered by somebody else. Your WordPress, your Squarespace, it's powered by someone else. You just own the domain. So when you go to my Leslie's Tie-Dye Dreams on Etsy, you're actually going to leslietiedyeDreams.com, and it comes up and it looks just like a website. I have a blog and everything on there. So having a website is definitely a game changer. But make sure that you have a commitment, that you have products or something. If you're not going to use products right now, maybe start off by creating a blog or something that will draw people's attention. Have coming soon. It's a place that you can sell courses and webinars, something that's going to appeal to your customers. So don't just get it and be spending $29 a month, because that's a waste of money, but just make sure it's something that you have in place. Start, advertising on like your Instagram and your Facebook to get people going, and make sure you have a product. If you decide later on you want to do wholesale, then your website is the perfect place for that, because these platforms, they charge you a percentage. With your website, the only thing that you're paying for is that whatever the monthly fee is, and you can actually buy a year if you want to. The monthly is better because that way, if you decide it's something you don't want in 3 months, you can cancel it. And because if you make a year commitment, you're stuck into that. So just be careful. Find yourself a good platform that you can navigate and works for you. You can ask people in the community for their suggestions, but you have to find something that's going to really work for you. And I say research. I can give you suggestions, but you have to research. I've been on Shopify for 8 years with my handmade business. Once I closed that Shopify, but with a reseller's passion, it has definitely been a game changer. I sell ebooks, printables, I sell some physical products. You can click it and take you to everywhere. All I have to say to somebody, oh, just remember resellerspassion.com, and they can go and they'll see my podcast right there. They'll see my YouTube channel right there, everything right there into my website. So definitely think about starting a website if you have some products that you think handmade, whatever, you can put on your own website. Number 4, add new items to your inventory, and you can do that by changing up some things. So if you sell on Poshmark, and now Poshmark has home goods, they're adding new categories where it's skincare and shampoo and all kinds of different things, toys and games that they didn't have before. Then go ahead and do that. Change it up. Go through your whole house. If you decide that you don't want to put all that on Poshmark, then consider you've already started this other platform, which was number 1 that I suggested. So now you're selling on Mercari or eBay. Go around your house and look through the electronics, look at the games, look at the toys, get your children's shoes and toys and things like that. Things that you decide you don't want to sell on Poshmark is opening up other windows on another platform for you, because I don't sell. I sold just literally since home goods started on Poshmark, I've only sold like 3 things. So I took all my home goods off. I'm only selling clothes, shoes, lingerie, and things like that. I don't sell games or anything like that because for me, Poshmark is not that platform for it. So that's the cool thing about having choices. Mercari and eBay could be your place where you sell hard goods. Hard goods is anything that's not clothing. And then Poshmark can still be the place where you sell clothes. And that's the way that I look at it. I may put a couple light shoes and sandals and things on Mercari for the easy and inexpensive shipping. But once it goes over £1 and I have to pay too much, I really don't deal with it too much. But I will do like games and toys and puzzles. I got a new Fitbit for myself. So I'm going to be selling my old Fitbit, clean it up a little bit. I still have the charger and everything. So I'll be able to sell that. I'll go through and see if Thomas has any laptops or anything. Mercari tells you what's trending. So definitely try to figure out some different things to sell. Nothing should be holding you back from making money. So number 5, create a business using the talent that you have. I can speak to this more than anything else. I've been an artist since the day that I was born, whether it be painting, drawing, I write poetry. I'm a writer. I've been doing that stuff for years and years and years. When I was 14, I learned how to crochet. And then when my children were young, I started making items. My friends would see it. Their parents, their friends' parents would see their stuff, and then they were like, Leslie, can you make this? Can you do that? And that's when a business was born. That was years ago. I think my daughter was 3. She'll be 18 next week. So I started my crochet business small, just kind of by word of mouth. And then when I heard about this platform called Etsy, I started selling on Etsy. And for 8 years, I was very happy and really kind of improving my crafts and selling digital patterns and things like that. And that made me very happy. So I've always been in a place of creativity. Until my carpal tunnel and arthritis started acting up, I had to make a decision. Do I want to keep my hands and not have surgery? And so I stopped selling crochet. I still do it as a hobby, and I make things for home, and I might do about 10 to 20 hats for like the winter that I'll sell, but I don't do it as much as I used to. I used to crochet every single day. I have tons of stuff in my basement. But in May, this new venture of tie-dyeing came to me. I went on Pinterest. I did some research. I did a couple beginner ones. Everything that I've made, even if it was a mistake, I put on my Etsy store, and I've actually sold quite a few of those things. And so I took my handmade stuff and was putting it in my vintage Etsy store. I didn't like the way they looked. It wasn't a cohesive thing. And so as I just gave myself a couple weeks and said, you know what, let me see if some stuff is going to sell before I decide to make a commitment of opening up another Etsy store. And lo and behold, the sales come in. I get a lot of sales on the weekend, maybe when people get paid or whatever. So I decided to make the leap and change over and separate my vintage from my handmade. So what I did was I started a whole new handmade store, Leslie's Tie-Dye Dreams. and then slowly took everything off of my vintage store, because by that time, literally in about 4 weeks, I had 100 items, and sales were still coming to my other Etsy store for the handmade. So like people were to go to my shop now, they're like, oh, she only made this amount of sales, but that was before I separated the vintage. So to say all that, that if you have a talent that you have been holding on to, or something that you really like, try to see if you can sell it. Don't do a lot. Don't jump in. You don't have to jump in with both feet. I know Etsy, it's the platform that I know more than any other platform, because of course, 4 years ago, I was new to reselling, but Etsy, I'd been on there for a while. I learned the ups and downs of it as they were adding new things, and figuring out that particular platform. So I know SEO, I know how to create a long tailed title and having a good description and filling in everything and figuring out what my shipping is. I don't charge for shipping on Etsy, whether it be in my vintage or in my regular shop, because I get more customers. I just price accordingly. So I know Etsy, and I know that handmade is going to be sustainable. But also with handmade, when you have a talent, people know what you're investing and they're willing to pay for it. I don't sell handmade stuff on Poshmark, and I say wonderful for people who do, but I know what my value is. So I don't want to sell something for $35 on Poshmark and then they take 20%, whereas I can sell it for $35 on Etsy and they only take 10%. So it really just depends on where you want to sell it and what you feel about your talent. But here are some of the things that you can do artistically. So as an artist, you can draw, you can paint, right? You can make logos, you can create illustrations. There are people who are doing illustrations with the iPad and the iPencil. There you go. A writer, you can create journals, you can write music, right? You can write stories. There's a lot that you can do. A handmade artist, creating jewelry, knit, crochet items, needlepoint, stickers, woodwork, tie-dye, sewing, a metal worker, digital products, logos, ebooks, patterns, downloads, planners. The list can go on and on. You can find your space in the things that I talked about, or it could be things that, of course, I didn't mention. It's so vast. It's so much opportunities. Everything that I mentioned, you can do on Etsy. But then you can start a website. Maybe your friends for years have been buying stuff for you. Right now, we're in mass. So you can be creating sustainable fashion where you're taking, as a reseller, you get these ripped up jeans, or if you're buying these Goodwill blue boxes, or if you're buying from ThredUp these DIY boxes, take those and create something with it. That's what I do. Every once a month, I buy a ThredUp box with 25 t-shirts, and I use those to bleach and dye, and it's been very successful. I literally, when I do a video, I'll sell about 5 shirts, and of course that's more than taking care of the $28 that it cost me to purchase a ThredUp box. So friends, I just wanted to share that with you, that these are so many things that you can do to that you already have. You're literally not putting any money in it. The handmade, you probably will, but I always say start with what you have. If you've been doing this as a hobby, you already have a little bit of product at home. When I started tie-dyeing, I had never done it before. So yes, I jumped right in, but I only bought like 5 bottles of dye and a couple. I started off with, tried it on some shirts I had at home. And then I bought men's undershirts. I didn't go into to Joann's or Michael's or any pay like $3 and $5 for t-shirts. I bought a men's pack of like 8 Gildan t-shirts. And so it really wasn't like a huge investment or a loss, because I got my size, and if it failed, then I could wear them and go, okay, this was my failure. I failed forward and I tried. So that's what I want you to always think about, failing forward. That if you failing forward, you keep on going. So you know how you trip and you just get yourself up and you keep on going? That's what you should do within your failure. So I hope that I've encouraging you, giving you some ideas of things that you can do. I talk about this stuff all the time, but these are the things that I've been doing since we've been inside quarantined. Every single thing on this list is what I've been doing. I've been adding to what I already have in existence, and I'm creating some new realities for myself, and I hope that you will too. Do the thing that you think you cannot do. That's not me. That's Eleanor Roosevelt back there on that picture frame with the flowers. That's what that quote says. Do the thing that you think you cannot do. That's when you should be doing it. When you're afraid, when someone tells you you can't do it, and when you keep telling yourself you can't. That's when you step out of your comfort zone. You put one step in front of the other. You get your hands to work, you get your body to work, you get your mind to work. And then that's when your success comes to you. So hopefully you've gotten something out of this video, friends. Take care. Hey friends, if you like this video, consider subscribing and leaving me a thumbs up, and then check out any other videos that I might have highlighted over in the corner. Not my TV down there. Hey, you know how I am, laid back. So any videos that you see up there, thank you.